You'd likely be surprised how little annual income is actually needed to live comfortably when you make deliberate decisions with your finances. A little planning and intentional spending can go a long way. In many cases, a six-figure income isn't needed to live a comfortable lifestyle, contrary to popular belief. Whether you're planning to retire on a small income or if you just want to live on a low income to invest for financial independence, there are various benefits to living frugally. Only needing a small income to get by can also be less stressful and teach you to live simply. Implementing some or all of these tips will help you live on much less money than you likely thought possible. Stay towards the end to hear some tips that will help you stretch your dollar exponentially further without much sacrifice. My name is Chris, and I help teach people about money, personal finance, and investing. If you're interested in improving your financial future, make sure to subscribe to the channel and hit the like button if this video is helpful. Keep bills low. Well, quite obvious, most of us underestimate how easy it is to accumulate a large set of monthly expenses. You start by adding payment by payment, bill by bill, until you end up with a mountain of expenses that meet or exceed your income. It's easy to fall into this trap, but it takes discipline to keep bills low and resist the urge to increase monthly expenses. One effective way to ensure you're keeping bills low is by budgeting. That's not something people always like to hear, but it doesn't have to be as tedious as it sounds. Just compiling a list of your monthly expenses and subtracting them from your income is a good start, and that will give you a good idea of how much of your income you're spending. Once you know roughly what your savings rate should be, you can look for ways to reduce your bills on things that are needed. There are many ways to reduce bills without making any sacrifices. Live below your means. A lower income individual trying to get ahead financially is probably what comes to mind when you hear this phrase. The fact is, even rich people need to live below their means, and it's a requirement if you want to become wealthy. Making sure you have money left over at the end of the month means that you won't need to go into debt. Ideally, you'll have enough money to pay all your bills, invest at least 50% of your income, and have something left over. Extra money can be used to invest more, purchase items that need to be replaced, or buy an item or experience you've been wanting, all while keeping your savings intact. A repair on your home, car, or any other unexpected expense shouldn't be an issue when you have some breathing room in your budget. Plan with extra chunks of money. Some of us receive an extra sum of money once in a while if we're lucky. Perhaps you earned a bonus at work or received overtime pay, and your next paycheck will be larger than you typically use to budget. The best way to ensure that money is used efficiently is to have a plan for it. You might want to put it towards debt to reduce your overall liability, add it to your emergency fund, or put it towards investments. Maybe your home will soon be in need of repair, and these funds will help you stay ahead of the game. This is the perfect opportunity to plan ahead and take care of this type of thing. A lack of planning will result in spending on things that weren't necessarily important to you and that have no future value. By carefully considering where to direct extra money, it could continue to reward you again and again. Be careful with shopping and entertainment. Going shopping without a list of items you intend to purchase is an easy way to spend more than you anticipated. Do this once, twice, or even more times per month, and that could seriously impact your finances by $200 to $600. When you're trying to live frugally, that's a large amount of money spent on things that probably weren't even important to you to begin with. A great tip to avoid buying items that aren't needed is to wait at least 24 hours before purchasing. This will help you avoid the excitement that you experience while shopping that makes it easy to spend impulsively. It's fun to spend money on entertainment, and it's important to add that to your budget in order to remain content. However, do you need to go to a concert every 2 weeks, or would once every 2 months be okay? Do you need to go to a sporting event routinely, or can you reserve that for a special occasion a few times per year? Eliminating entertainment and shopping expenses entirely is unreasonable, but there are ways that the cost can be reduced. Research before buying. Research is one tool that's overlooked before making a purchase, whether it's a piece of clothing, a car, or even a house. Not knowing everything about a product before purchasing is a huge risk to your investment. How many people hardly do any research before buying a car? Making a huge financial decision without learning about repair cost, fuel consumption, long-term reliability, and so on is foolish and reckless. The same type of thinking can be applied to a home appliance. Why would you spend $500 on a washing machine without doing at least a little bit of research? Although those machines might look similar on the showroom floor, the quality can vary drastically, meaning a significantly different useful life. Without research, you could be spending $500 on a machine that only lasts 5 years. Had you done your homework and spent the same $500 on a better product that lasts 10 years, the cost to you is essentially half. Maintain your belongings. A little preventative maintenance goes a long way and is often overlooked. People are busy and forget or simply don't make preventative maintenance a priority, and it ends up costing them much more money than necessary. Any mechanic will tell you that maintaining your vehicles is critical to keep them running for a long time. Doctors will tell you to eat healthy and exercise to maintain your health and save yourself money and problems in the future. Maintain your home's heating and cooling systems to keep them running efficiently and to maximize your utility bills. A well-maintained system will last seemingly forever when compared to one that was neglected. Don't overlook simple maintenance, as it will almost always save you money and frustration down the road. Prioritize spending. Unless you have unlimited cash in your account, you must prioritize your spending. Firstly, necessities like housing, food, clothing, and other essential expenses must be funded. Once all of these have been taken care of, move on to expenditures that aren't necessary or things that you'd like to spend money on at some point. A useful method is to make a list of 5 or 10 things that you'd like to purchase and organize them into the ones that are most important or urgent. On your list might be a new set of living room furniture as well as a family vacation. Decide which one is more important and consider that a higher priority. Without prioritizing your expenses, you might find that you bought things you had the slightest desire for. They weren't important, and now you're sacrificing the things that you really wanted. This is a habit that even those who have become millionaires must implement. Spend money on things that are valuable to you. Just because you live on a low income doesn't mean you can't spend money on things that are important to you. Do you really enjoy eating a nice meal out once per week? You can make that part of your budget. If you really enjoy taking road trips, there are ways to add that to your budget and still live on a low income. Avoiding unnecessary spending entirely and only budgeting for bills month after month can be a miserable way to live. Nobody wants to live their life without being able to spend on things that make them happy. Keep in mind when you're spending that living a frugal lifestyle that doesn't require a stressfully high income to get by provides massive value in itself. Learning to compromise is an important money and life lesson. Compromise can apply to your finances, but it also applies to other aspects of your life. This is not something that only applies to low-income individuals either. Anyone without unlimited income makes compromises daily. There are ways to live comfortably on a low income. When implementing these behaviors, you'd be surprised at just how little money is necessary to live a comfortable, low-stress life.